Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, She Plans, She Budgets. In today's video, we'll be going over my weekly check-in for week number 1. So let's get started. All right, you guys, we're gonna just dive right in. I have my January calendar view opened up right here. And I have my expense trackers already filled out, so we can just go ahead and lay down the stickers. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start off with gasoline. I did do a fill up on the 4th for $38.31. So again, that was on the 4th. And let me go ahead and mention that we are checking in from the 1st through the 6th, because I do like to do my weekly check-ins from Sunday through Saturday. But we'll be starting from the 1st through the 6th for the first week. All right, and so next for groceries, I did 2 grocery shops this week. On the 1st, I went to HEB for some groceries and spent $310 with 82 cents. And actually, I'm going to lay down my household sticker first, because I also purchased $91.04 of household items. I do like to shop for both categories at the same time, and usually from the same place. So $91.04 from HEB for household items, and that's basically just the non-edible things from the grocery store. And then $310 with 82 cents also from HEB. Just wanted to break up the colors here. And then also on the 1st, you see that I had my rent and water bill come out for $2,365.84. So that was paid. All right, so the next time I went to the grocery store was on the 4th. There was some items that I wanted from the 1st that wasn't in stock, so I did go back on the 4th and get it, and it was for $74.77. And I filled up on gas the same day. So gas I purchased from HEB as well, but I just marked it as a fill up. Alrighty, so next I have my personal spending, and I just forgot to mention that my key legend here on the side here has my 6 cash envelopes categories plus my sinking funds and unbudgeted. So for my 6 cash envelopes, we have gasoline, groceries, household spending, eating out, entertainment. Those make up my cash envelopes. And I don't actually use cash when I make these purchases. I use my credit card. So we will have to do some transfers later on in this video to pay back my credit card so that I can avoid any interest. And I use my credit card to earn some credit card rewards. So sorry for mentioning that so late. So as I was saying, for personal spending, I have in this purple color, and I went to Starbucks on the 5th. Got 2 chais for my boyfriend and I, spent $17.43. And then on the 6th, I spent $18.06 at Popeyes for lunch. And then just to mention real quick, on the 5th, I did have my renter's insurance come out for $9.58, so that was paid. And then on the 6th, Netflix and Amazon both came out for $26.50. And just to mention, for my subscriptions this month, we put everything on our credit card. We finally switched it over. So these 2 subscriptions came out on the credit card, so I will need to transfer this amount. And that's why I wrote the actual amount, because now it's on the credit card. Whereas before, I was letting the any overage, because I used to just round up, stack up in the other checking account it used to come out of. But now that we switched it over to the credit card just to help us earn some more points, I'm just writing the exact amounts now. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the eating out category. So on the 1st, I went to Domino's and spent $20.99. So I see I am running out of space there, so I'll just put it here actually. So Domino's, $20.99 on the 1st. On the 2nd, from eating out, we spent, I spent $13.86 at Panda Express. And then lastly, from eating out at Chicken Express, we spent $32 to get 2 combo meals. And again, that was on the 5th. So lots of eating out once again in the first week, but I think we didn't do too bad where we went over in the first week like we did last month. Oh, sorry. So lastly, for entertainment, I did go to the movies to go see that Color Purple movie, which I thought was pretty good. I went on the 6th and I spent $19.46 because I also got some popcorn. And can you believe the popcorn cost as much as the movie ticket, which was $9 for each, which I thought was kind of crazy, but I guess this is the society we live in now, where everything costs an arm and a leg to have. All right, so that's all of my cash envelopes. So lastly that I have to mark down are my sinking funds. I had a few transactions. No unbudgeted this week, so that's awesome. So on the 1st, I had a few sinking funds. So I wrote down various, and the total that I spent was $123.64. And sorry, my sticker is a little stuck, but I will get that off. All right, and I'm just going to mark that for the 2nd as well, but this happened on the 1st. And then the last sinking fund was from Health and Wellness for $15.56. And we'll look at those transactions in the back just to see what we purchased from each category. All right, and that was on the 4th as well for $15.56. Alrighty, so that is everything for week 1. I'm gonna go ahead and check off all of the bills because again, these were paid. Renters insurance is on auto pay, and so are Netflix and Amazon. So all of that was taken care of. And then now I'm just going to go ahead and write down those expenses in the monthly view. So to calculate my water bill, because although I pay them together, I like to keep track of the amount separately. So to calculate my water bill, I need to take this total amount of $2,365.84 and subtract my rent because that's fixed, which is $2,259, to get my water bill, which was $106.84. And I'm happy that was under the budgeted amount. And this is just to help me keep track of what my actual water bill is and see how it fluctuates each month. So again, the actual rent was $2,259 even, and rent was under at $106.84. Okay, so renter's insurance came in at the exact amount of $9.58. Subscriptions, I'm going to hold off because I do group them together on this spread. I might break them out in the future, but for this month they're grouped together. And I have HBO Max, which I forgot to include when I did the calendar setup, but HBO Max, which I think is just going by Max now, iTunes, Rapid API, and Dictionary. So when those all get paid, I'll mark in the actual cost. And that's it for week 1. So rent, water, renter's insurance, and then the subscriptions, as I just mentioned, I'm holding off on that. Okay, so this is where I keep track of all of my expenses. I track them right here in the expense log. So everything was purchased with a credit card, so I have this unchecked, and I'm going to check it off after I do the transfer for this week. And then now for the weekly check-in portion. Again, we're checking in from the 1st through the 6th, and these are the 7 categories we're checking in for. Again, that's gasoline, groceries, household spending, eating out, entertainment, and unbudgeted. All right, so starting off with gasoline, we did add $200 at the beginning of the month, and that number did come from our monthly budget. So for gasoline, we do see here I had one transaction on the 4th for $38.31. So I'm going to go ahead and check that off. So 38 with 31 cents. For groceries, we had 2, I believe, The first one being $310 with 82 cents and $74 with 77 cents. So that totals $385 with 59 cents. And I'm going to go ahead and check that off. So again, that was $385 with 59 cents. Next, for household, I think we just had the one, so that was $91.04. So I'll check that off, $91.04. Personal spending, that's in the purple colors, so that would be the $17.43 plus the $18.06, which is $35.49. All right, so minus $35.49. Okay, next is eating out. And we spent quite a bit, so let's total that up. We have the $13.86 from Panda Express plus $20.99 from Domino's. Then we have the $32 from Chicken Express, and that's everything. So that's a total of $66.85. So minus 66 with 85 cents. And then we know there's nothing for unbudgeted, so I'm just going to go ahead and cross that off. So last thing to check in for is for entertainment. Oh, let me go ahead and mark the eating out. So that's checked in. All right, so the last thing to verify on the weekly check-in page is the entertainment for the movies and popcorn for $19.46 out of the entertainment fund, so $19.46. All right, so let's get our remaining totals for the week. So for gasoline, we started with 200, spent $38.31. So I should now have $161 with 69 cents remaining. Groceries started with $8.50. I spent $3.85 with 59 cents. So I should have a remaining of $4.64 with 41 cents. From household, started with 200, spent $91.04. So I have $108 with 96 cents remaining. Personal spending, out of 100, spent $35.49. So that leaves me with $64.51. Eating out, $100 to start with, spent $66 with 85 cents. And I still have $33 with 15 cents, which isn't bad because again, last month we spent basically everything, and I think we went over in the first week as well. So lastly is entertainment. So out of $100, spent $19.46, and I have $80.54 remaining, and nothing remaining for unbudgeted since we didn't plan for anything. Alrighty, so let me go ahead and total how much was spent overall for the month, for the week. So $38.31 plus $385.59 plus $91.04 plus $35.49 plus $66.85 and plus $19.46. So out of cash envelopes in week 1, spent a total of $636.74, and we need to remember that number. All right, so let's go to the next page. Here is my sinking funds page in the transaction log. As we can see here on the first, I did spend out of 4 different categories, which were self-care, pets, home projects, and health and wellness. So from self-care, I just got some soap and body wash. Pets, I restocked on my cat food and cat litter. home projects, I purchased some batteries, and then from Health and Wellness, we got some protein powder. On the 4th from Health and Wellness, we spent $15.56. I forget what we got, but we bought it from HEB, whatever it was. So it was from the Health and Wellness category. This last item was from week 2, and we will track that in my week 2 video, which will be coming up soon, so stay tuned for that. And all of these purchases were made on the credit card, so we're going to total that up after we track this number, the $636.74, which was spent from cash envelopes. And we need to jot that number down here in the weekly balance view. And again, from week 1, from the 1st to the 6th, these are the 3 categories that I keep track of in my first checkings account. So at the beginning of the month, when we first set this up, we started off with $6,029.68. And then these are the 3 amounts that represents each category. So bills had $27.50, cash envelope started with $15.50. Those 2 numbers came straight from the monthly budget because that's what we assigned for each of these categories. And then miscellaneous is starting with $1,729.68 to account for the rollover money from December, the amount we added to sinking funds, which was $733, as well as the amount that sinking funds started off with in the month of January. All right, so again, for cash envelope, $636.74 was spent. And then for sinking funds, we spent a total of $1,302 plus $63.44 plus $560 plus $41.58 and plus the $15.56 from week 1. So from sinking funds, we spent a total of $139.20. Alrighty, so from bills, we can total that up from here. So for bills, we spent $2,365.84 on rent, renter's insurance, rent and water, excuse me. Renter's insurance was $9.58. And then the 2 subscriptions that came out were a total of $26.50. So that total is $2,401 with 92 cents. So minus $2,401 with 92 cents. All right, so total spent in week 1. So I'm gonna take that 2,400 plus 636.74 plus 139.20 cents. So we spent a total of $3,177.86 in the first week, which is a lot. So subtracting that from the $60.29 with 68 cents means I should have a remaining balance for my checking account number 1 of $2,851.82. And we will double check that number going across. So out of bills, $27.50 minus $24.01 with 92 cents. I should have $348 with 8 cents remaining towards bills. For groceries, $15.50 minus $6.36 with 74 cents means I should have $913 with 26 cents towards cash envelopes. And then lastly, for miscellaneous, taking the $17.29 with 68 cents from right here, subtracting the $139.20 that was spent for the week, means I should have $1,590 with 48 cents. And of that, $126 with 32 cents is the amount that I rolled over from December to January. So that means I should have $1,464.16 towards sinking funds. All right, so let's see if this adds up to the number we got earlier. 348 with 8 cents plus 913 and 26 cents plus 1590 and 48 cents. So yes, we got $2,851 $851.82 remaining in my checking account number 1. All right, so lastly, we just need to do the transfer to make this number true. So the total amount that needs to be transferred is everything from my cash envelope, so my sinking fund, so that entire $139.20 all was spent on the credit card. So I'm just going to check these off now. And again, this last one will be a part of week 2. And then this entire $636 with 74 cents was spent on the credit card. So we can check that off from the expense log. And then for bills, out of that $2,400, $2,401.92, only the actually I need to show you from the calendar view. So rent and water was paid from the checking account. Same thing with the renter's insurance. So only Netflix and Amazon came from the credit card. So plus the $26.50. So $802.44 is the total amount of money that needs to be transferred from my checking account number 1 to the credit card to avoid any interest and to solely gain the credit card rewards that I can use for future purchases. Okay, so that was $802.44. All right, and now that we've done that, I'm gonna check off the sinking funds because we did verify those transactions as well. All right, and then now I'll just mark my no spend days, and I see I only have the 1, which is better than nothing. So let me just have my little no spend day. All right, so now this looks good. Everything is checked off that needs to be checked off. Again, there was no unbudgeted this week, which I'm so happy about. All right, and I have 1 no spend day, so not too bad. So this is everything I have for today's video. I want to thank you all so much for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I will see you all next time. Bye.